I'm not going to lie. When it was announced last season that Trent Alexander-Arnold was officially leaving Liverpool for Real Madrid, we all knew the club would lose an influential figure, not just a talented right-back, but arguably the most creative player in the entire squad. But what I don't think any of us fully predicted is just how stark the drop-off would be once he was gone. The contrast between last year's fluid, title-winning side and this season's disjointed, predictable version of Liverpool is so striking that, to me at least, it's obvious. We are missing Trent far more than anyone genuinely anticipated. And when I say we're missing Trent, I'm not talking about the usual cliches of crosses or assists. I'm talking about build-up structure, ball progression, and the ability to transition from defence into midfield in a way that sets the entire tone of a match. Trent wasn't just a creator in the final third, he was the initiator of everything we did well. The starting point of our tempo, the release valve against pressure, the one player in the backline who could not be trapped, funneled, or forced into predictable patterns. This is one of the biggest tactical problems in the current Liverpool side. Our fullbacks are extremely one-footed and technically limited compared to Trent. Kerkez almost never uses his right foot. Frimpong isn't comfortable enough on his weaker foot to manipulate tight spaces. Robertson has always been left-side dominant. Even Konate isn't a natural in build-up and rarely opens his body to play on both sides. These things don't seem massive individually, but collectively they make Liverpool's first phase of possession extremely easy to press. The only two defenders who consistently look resistant to pressure are Van Dijk and to a lesser extent Connor Bradley when he plays. That's simply because they're genuinely two-footed and far more comfortable receiving the ball at awkward angles. Everyone else can be funneled into a trap, and that's exactly what's been happening this season. Instead of progressing the ball with confidence, we've watched our backline pass sideways, hesitate, get boxed in, panic, and then resort to aimless long balls just to escape pressure. This is where Trent's absence becomes enormous. He was unbelievably clean on both feet, he was extremely technical, not just for a fullback but compared to most midfielders, and he had that unique ability to step inside, occupy midfield spaces, attract pressure, and then release the ball perfectly into attacking zones. Whether it was a disguised pass, a switch of play, a long diagonal, or a short combination, Trent could do it all, and he did it at a tempo that forced the rest of the team to stay switched on. The knock-on effect was massive. Trent didn't just solve pressure, he elevated the players around him. When he received the ball, movement automatically began. Forward runs opened up, rotations triggered, passing lanes appeared. Our attackers and midfielders were always alive and expecting the next phase of play. Compare that to now, where everything feels frozen, flat-footed, and reactive. Players look like they're waiting for something, instead of creating something, and honestly, I don't think it's a coincidence that this is the first season of Mohamed Salah's Liverpool career where Trent isn't behind him. And it's also the first season where Salah looks like a shadow of the player we're used to. Trent gave him space, angles, and service that no one else in this squad can replicate. The irony is that Trent used to whip in world-class crosses to attackers who weren't even particularly aerial threats. We still scored goals from those situations. So just imagine what he could have done with players like Isak and Ekitike, both over 6 feet, both physically dominant, and both perfect targets for the delivery Trent specialised in. Now, as for Trent leaving, I don't have an issue with the fact he wanted a new challenge. You can't force any player to stay at one club forever, even if it's their boyhood team, and he did win literally every major trophy possible with us. What annoyed me more was the manner of the exit, the lack of transparency, the running down of the contract, the feeling that the club was being strung along. But ultimately, whatever the reasons, the tactical reality is clear. Trent's departure has fundamentally damaged the team's structure. Our creativity has dropped, our build-up has fallen apart, and the connection between defence, midfield and attack looks nowhere near as fluid as it once was. From a tactical standpoint, Trent wasn't just a right-back, he was the glue that held the entire system together.